Hey guys, it's Amber, and I'm going to be creating a 6x8 double page layout today. So I wanted to make a page celebrating my 8-year anniversary with my partner. And so I picked one of my favorite photos from right around my birthday in August. Our anniversary is closer to Thanksgiving. And what I did is in Photoshop, I created 8 little circles, and I selected the background colors from the photo to be in the circles here. And I did them in a variety of sizes. And here I'm grabbing my EK Success punches. Right now I'm using the 2-inch size. I believe that I printed them 4 sizes. I believe I have 2-inch, 1.5, 1.25, and a couple 1-inch, just for some variety. And because I'm also trying to fit all of these on just a 6x8 page. My plan is to use that large cork 8 in upper left hand corner as like the centerpiece that these will be around. And they just have little notes like saying what I'm grateful for or what I love about him and our relationship. Just little simple things that are kind of constants. And so here I'm kind of playing with laying out some spacing. And what I should have done is go ahead and grabbed my paper so I'd have the exact size, but I was just kind of playing with color balance and seeing how things would look. But it was never going to be this wide. It needed to be thinner. So I'm going to end up doing a little bit more overlapping than I had originally planned, which works out great. I'm really happy with the overall layout. But here you can just see I'm kind of playing, trying to figure out some balance because I have some browns, some grays, some greens, and I'm trying to spread them around the page to really grab your eye. And then the cork piece is a really bright brown. So I wanted to use some cork hearts to kind of help spread that color throughout the layout as well. Trying to stick with sets of 3 for some of these products that I'm using for balance and to help move your eye around the page. So there you see I'm kind of digging through my felt heart box. I keep a drawer full of embellishments right next to my desk here, and I was playing with some other green or maybe other color options, but the green small heart on the top there really seemed to be the best fit for what I was going with. And I pulled those little chipboard hearts out from the most recent Ali Edwards Together kit, and even played with some wooden pieces there from Color Cast Designs, but nothing else really seemed to want to fit into my pre-established color scheme here. So I thought it might be fun to play with trying to find a green background, but I didn't seem to have the right color cardstock for the more like muted tones that I have going on here. Everything was just a little too bright or had too much yellow in it, and it just didn't go right. So you can see here I tried several, and then I thought I would go with like a light gray or like a vanilla cream kind of color as well. Just started to help pull some of the natural like stone and wood colors out of the photo background. But it didn't really help the circles pop. And here I also briefly considered using a white wood veneer 8 as well, but I really liked the cork. And I thought that that looked nice. And I also knew that if I wanted to use plain white basil cardstock, I wouldn't be able to use the white 8. So I kind of went for this like warm gray to more of a vanilla color to finally just succumbing and realizing that it needs to be on a white background just to help everything pop more, because the fonts are white text on the colored bubbles, so that helped them pop as well. A few of them are light here on the video, but in person they're really not too bad. So some of them talk about how we love to travel together, or I'm thankful for how much of a hard worker he is to provide for our family, or how much I appreciate that he's a good cook, or that I love that we watch Harry Potter together. Just little different glimpses into our life. And the gray one that's on our photo, overlapping the green one, says, so thankful for 8 years, I'm looking forward to more. So here I'm finally cutting down the white cardstock to 6x8 1/4. I wanted to keep it in the page protector so that the cork number's kind of more protected. And so once I put that on there, then I realized just how tight my space really was. but it's okay, it works out. I just kind of have to rearrange a little bit for balance. So once I realized that I needed to do more overlapping, I grabbed my American Crafts Sticky Thumb Pop Dots for some dimensional adhesive, and that helped visually as well keep everything balanced, because you can lay your product on top of the cork, but having the pop dots put it how it's actually going to be really helps make a difference. So I grabbed my bin of hearts and I was just kind of going through them to see if there was anything else I had that could kind of be slightly larger, or just to put more hearts around the page. But everything I tried just didn't quite look right, until I remembered that I had grabbed these tiny little chipboard hearts, and there's some warm gray tones on there. Briefly considered the dark green, but it was the wrong tone. And you can see there I just added 2 of the extra gray ones to help balance out the one that's in the bottom left-hand corner, and it's actually from a different kit. But that's what's so great about Ellie Edwards products, is that everything coordinates, no matter pretty much what kit it's from. So I started by adhering things down in the bottom right-hand corner, just to get them in place where I knew they would need to be. And then I used red line tape for the cork number, partly because it had a slight curve to it from whatever packaging I had it in, and I wanted to make sure that it would lay nice and flat. I also am just not one of those people who trust rolling adhesive with cork, so I just wanted to make sure that it was extra secure and won't be falling off anytime soon. So on the bottom right hand corner I have the green one interacting with the edge. It's the only one that I have doing that, and that is slightly trimmed and cut off. All the rest of them interact with the 8 or with each other, kind of, except for, like, I believe one of them. And I just think it helps ground them a little bit to be interacting with the edge. And with the 8, it just helps, you know, provide some balance, at least from what I'm looking at. So adding some red line tape to the cork hearts to help them stick down, a little bit of red line tape to the chipboard heart that I'm layering on top of the cork heart. And then I also took that felt green heart on the right hand side of the layout and stapled it down with my tiny attacher. I do go back in later and remove the staple it, and then use red line tape to stick it down. I had stapled it through the cork and the paper, and it kind of was pulling it oddly. It was kind of pinching it somehow. So I just wanted it to be more flat and level looking. So here you can see I'm just getting the staple removed, and that's the great thing about felt, is you can staple right through it again and you can't tell the difference. So just about wrapping up here, and I'm really happy with how it came out, and it's nice and simple but still kind of whimsical, and just leaving you with a close-up shot. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're inspired to work on your projects. Thanks again.